guys, I'm Sebas and welcome to my channel. Habla mano que está, so maybe in English is what's up, man? So today I'll bring to you the summary of the book. Well, it's an amazing book, man. It's an amazing book written by Sarah J. Maas. She's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
This book is part of a series of 6 books, man. As you can see here. Or here. I don't know. Yeah. The name of this book is HEIR of FIRE. So let's start with this. Selena Sartothian, who is the main character, has been drinking, gambling and fighting since arriving in Varsi, the capital of Windling. Rowan Wythorn finds her and brings her to Queen Maeve. Selena is glad because she wants answers from her aunt about the hierarchies. The Queen says she will give Selena answers, but first the Queen wants to see what has become of Selena's magic. The great uncontrollable power that left her when the King of Otherland banned magic in earlier. Selena cannot travel to Dorano for the answers, so she desires until Rowan decides she has remastered her gifts. The lessons with Rowan are impossibly hard, and he is harsh and brutal with Selena. He continually asks her to shift into her fey form and then to summon her fire magic. She works hard trying to call her abilities in any way he requests, but at first it's to no avail. In Otherland, Arion Ashbury has arrived back from battle. When Kay Westfall learns that Arion is secretly loyal to Terrasil, Kale tells him that Selena is still alive. These two, along with grandfather and grandson Martha Oldsbrook and Rain Oldsbrook, begin working together. Martha thinks he figured out how the king did away with magic. He thinks that triangulated spell between towers in Rifthold, the frozen wastes and the deserted peninsula. Kale and Dorian Harryville thinks this knowledge can be used to free magic once again. Martha also figures out that the king is manufacturing monsters on a deserted island to launch a surprise attack on Wendling. Meanwhile, Dorian is exploring his powers with the help of Sorsha, a royal nurse who he is falling for. They find a way to help Dorian control his magic by increasing his intake of iron, a known deterrent to his type of powers. Also, 3 witch clans are introduced. They are bitter rivals and have come together for the King of Otherland. They compete for leadership of the group once they are joined as one to go to battle for him. They are each allowed to pick one wyvern, a dragon-like creature, to train with. The main witch we learn about is Manon Blackbeak. She chose an unlikely Mount Abraxos, a small but cunning creature. At first Manon doesn't seem to have a conscience at all, but in the final battle she saves one of her rivals and emerges as the leader of the combined clans. After a long while, Selena's training begins to pay off. She can voluntarily change back and forth between her human and fey forms, and can also summon her fire magic impressively. Also, a strong bond has slowly formed between. It appears to be platonic as Kale is still on Selena's mind. Often, Rowan is still mourning his wife, who was killed over 2,000 years ago. Selena and Rowan have also been investigating the strange, brutal murders of demi-fae going on their area. They discover the murders are creatures from another world called the MAAS, a demon race who forged the wild keys long ago. Rowan and Selena know the bad soldiers will be headed to their fortress home soon. They start assembling the civilians there to fight, but the attack happens sooner and still there they anticipate. Selena saves them by switching to her fae form and calling on the strongest ever display of her magic. When her strength is failing her momentarily in this battle, Rowan joins them as Karanam. This restores her strength as she draws on his power through the link. Rowan and Selena travel to Doraner to meet with Queen Maeve, who holds up her end of the deal. She tells Selena the wild keys can be destroyed. They can only be put back in the wild gates. No one knows exactly how to do this. She says the king would possess incredible power if he had all 3 keys. The queen suspects Selena has figured out where the 3rd key is and begins wiping Rowan when she won't share the secret. Selena shows her magic and threatens to set the city on fire if Maeve doesn't stop the torture. The queen sees her mighty powers and stops. Selena has figured out that Maeve wanted the wild keys for centuries and that she betrayed those she loved to try to get them. Then Selena pulls out the ring she found from the man Maeve loved and betrayed so long ago. Selena uses the ring to bargain with Maeve and get Rowan out of his blood to her. He then swears on oath to Selena, and the two live together. The king summons Dorian, Saoirse, Kate, and Aerion into his throne room to question them about a spy in their midst. Aerion tries to be the scapegoat. They shackle him and drag him off the dungeons. The king says he'll be executed. So the king turns to Saoirse and questions her about the letters she sent her friend with information about him. She admits it's true, but says she truthfully fell in love with Dorian. The king has her executed in front of them. Kale draws his sword. A crossbow is shot at him, and Dorian freezes the room with his ice powers. The king is happy to witness his son's magic. Thanks to Dorian, Kale escapes. The king binds Dorian and places a black yoke on his neck. It appears he will now be under his father's control. Kale grabs Fleetwood and makes a run for the secret passage's escape. He tells Mort the door knocker where he's going in case Selena shows up 3. He makes it back to Ren, who vows to free Aerion. Selena sets off on a ship to Adarlan to tie up loose ends with Kale for good, then find her old master, Aerovine Hamlet, who she believes has the 3 wild keys. She wants to go alone. Rowan doesn't like it, but has to agree because of the blood oath. Selena plans on gathering a court and an army to go up against the king. She says she will send for Rowan when the time is right. She's ready to fight her way back to the throne in Terrasen. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, you can give me a like, and you can subscribe here or here. I don't know where is the back. And yeah, you can leave a comment. I love when you leave a comment, man. I love. And nothing more. I give you this video here and this video here, and this in the middle is my channel, so you can subscribe, man. Subscribe. Well, I'm Sebastian, and goodbye.